They denied her clearance until the Medal of Honor recipient spoke her name. They said she wasn't fit for field work, told her to stay behind while the others searched for the missing lieutenant. But she knew that terrain better than anyone. And when night fell and the others came back empty-handed, she didn't. She kept going alone, through dense woods, ravines, and freezing rain. At dawn, she returned, mud-covered, bruised, and carrying the unconscious lieutenant over her shoulder. No backup, no GPS, just instinct and grit. The woman they left behind was the only one who brought someone back. From which part of the world are you watching this video today? If you value stories about perseverance, proving doubters wrong, and doing what's right regardless of what others think, consider subscribing for more content that celebrates those who refuse to give up when lives are on the line. The cold mountain air of Forward Operating Base Sentinel carried the tension of an unfolding crisis as Specialist Sarah Chun prepared for what she knew would be another day of exclusion from field operations at 0545 hours. The pre-dawn briefing room filled with experienced soldiers and seasoned officers who would plan and execute the search for Second Lieutenant Marcus Rivera, who had gone missing during a reconnaissance patrol in the treacherous mountain terrain surrounding their remote outpost. Chun gathered her administrative materials while listening to operational planning that she would not be permitted to join, despite her extensive knowledge of the local geography and survival techniques. Search operation briefing, operational personnel only, announced Captain David Kim, the company commander responsible for coordinating the rescue effort. His voice carried the authority of someone who had led multiple search operations in the challenging terrain that surrounded their isolated position. Chun watched from her desk in the administrative section as tactical planners gathered around detailed topographical maps to coordinate what promised to be a complex search operation in some of the most difficult terrain in the region. Her security clearance limitations prevented her from participating in operational briefings, despite her extensive experience exploring the mountain wilderness during off-duty hiking and survival training. Missing personnel situation developing in Sector 4 Bravo. Captain Kim announced to the assembled search teams. Second Lieutenant Rivera failed to return from reconnaissance patrol. Last known position approximately 3 kilometers northeast of base perimeter. Major Patricia Wells, the battalion executive officer, studied the terrain maps while coordinating with search team leaders about operational approaches and resource allocation. Weather conditions are deteriorating with freezing rain expected by evening. We need to locate missing personnel before nightfall. Chun studied the briefing from her administrative position while recognizing terrain features from her extensive personal exploration of the mountain wilderness. Her off-duty hiking had taken her through areas that weren't included in standard tactical maps, providing knowledge that could prove crucial for effective search operations. Primary search area established along known patrol routes. Captain Kim continued, indicating positions on the tactical display. Search teams will deploy in standard formation covering the most probable areas based on planned reconnaissance objectives. Chun noted that the planned search areas didn't include several remote valleys and ridge systems where Lieutenant Rivera might have taken shelter if injured or disoriented. Her personal knowledge of the terrain suggested alternative areas that tactical planners might not consider without her input. Questions or additional input? Captain Kim asked, scanning the room with the efficiency of someone managing complex operations under time pressure. Chun hesitated, knowing that her administrative status and security limitations made her contributions unwelcome in tactical planning sessions. Her previous attempts to share terrain knowledge had been dismissed as outside her area of responsibility. "Sir," she said quietly, raising her hand slightly, "I've spent considerable time exploring areas adjacent to the planned search zones. There are several terrain features that might provide shelter if someone were injured or disoriented." Captain Kim turned toward Chun with an expression that mixed patience with obvious irritation. "Specialist Chun, this is a tactical operation requiring personnel with appropriate security clearances and operational training. Administrative personnel don't participate in search planning. With respect, sir, I have extensive knowledge of terrain features that aren't detailed on standard tactical maps," Chun persisted, opening her personal notebook containing detailed sketches and observations from years of mountain exploration. "The areas I'm familiar with could provide shelter options that standard search patterns might miss." Sergeant First Class Michael Torres, One of the search team leaders exchanged glances with other tactical personnel before responding. Chun, search operations require tactical training and security authorization. Terrain knowledge from recreational hiking isn't the same as operational expertise. The dismissal was polite but firm, reflecting institutional assumptions that administrative personnel lacked the training and authorization necessary to contribute meaningful insights to tactical operations. Chun felt the familiar combination of frustration and determination that had driven her to develop extensive survival skills despite official limitations. "Understood, sir," she replied, closing her notebook while mentally noting that her concerns had once again been documented but ignored. Captain Kim continued with the operational briefing, outlining search patterns and coordination procedures. Alpha Team will cover the primary patrol route with emphasis on known checkpoint locations. Bravo Team will search secondary approach routes, focusing on tactical observation positions. Chun listened to the search plan while reviewing her personal terrain knowledge, recognizing that the proposed approach followed predictable patterns that might miss areas where an injured or disoriented person might seek shelter. Her personal exploration had revealed natural refuges that weren't visible from standard tactical approaches. Search operations commence at 0700 hours, Captain Kim announced as the briefing concluded. All teams maintain radio contact and report progress every 30 minutes. Weather window closes at 1800 hours due to incoming storm system. As the tactical personnel departed for their search assignments, Chin remained at her administrative workstation, processing routine paperwork while feeling frustrated by her exclusion from operations where her terrain knowledge could contribute to mission success. "Chun, I know you want to help with the search," Major Wells observed as Chun organized administrative files. "But search operations require specialized training and security clearances that are outside your current authorization level." "Understood, ma'am," Chun replied, though she knew her survival training and terrain knowledge could provide insights that standard tactical approaches might miss. "I'll monitor administrative communications for any support requirements." The search operation continued throughout the morning as tactical teams systematically covered planned areas, while Chun maintained routine administrative functions. Her monitoring of operational communications revealed that search teams were finding no evidence of Lieutenant Rivera in the areas covered by standard tactical patterns. "Alpha Team reports negative contact in primary search area," came the radio update at 1200 hours. "No evidence of personnel passage through planned route sectors." "Bravo Team reports negative contact in secondary search areas," followed the second report. "No indications of personnel presence in tactical observation positions." Chun noted that search teams were covering areas efficiently, but weren't finding any trace of the missing lieutenant in locations that tactical planning had identified as most probable. Her terrain knowledge suggested alternative areas that might require different search approaches. "Search teams expand patterns to include adjacent terrain features," Captain Kim instructed over the tactical radio network. "Missing personnel may have deviated from planned routes due to operational requirements." The expanded search continued through the afternoon as weather conditions began deteriorating according to meteorological predictions. Chun monitored operational communications while completing administrative duties, growing increasingly concerned about search effectiveness as teams reported continued negative results. "Alpha Team reports deteriorating weather conditions affecting visibility," came the 1500 hours update. "Search efficiency decreasing due to rain and fog development." "Bravo Team reports similar conditions," followed the concurrent report. "Terrain becoming hazardous due to wet conditions and reduced visibility." Chun realized that standard search operations were facing increasing challenges from weather and terrain while still not finding any evidence of Lieutenant Rivera's location. Her personal knowledge of the area suggested shelter possibilities that might not be obvious to tactical search teams. "All search teams, this is base operations," Captain Kim transmitted as weather conditions continued worsening. "Prepare for return to base by 1800 hours due to safety considerations. Search operations will resume tomorrow with improved weather conditions." Chun felt growing concern as she listened to search teams preparing to return without locating Lieutenant Rivera. The approaching night would expose an injured person to potentially fatal weather conditions, while the delay until morning could eliminate any chance of successful rescue. Alpha Team returning to base. Came the 1,730 hours transmission. No contact with missing personnel despite comprehensive coverage of assigned search areas. Bravo Team returning to base. Followed the second report. No evidence located despite expanded search patterns and detailed terrain examination. As search teams returned to base without success, Chen made a decision that would challenge every institutional barrier and regulation that had prevented her from participating in operational activities. Her terrain knowledge and survival training might represent Lieutenant Rivera's only chance for survival during the coming night. Rather than accept official limitations that could result in a preventable death, Chun gathered her personal survival equipment and prepared for an unauthorized search operation that would violate multiple regulations but might save a life. "I'm going to find him," she told herself as she checked her emergency supplies, navigation equipment, and cold weather gear. Her personal equipment was designed for extended wilderness survival rather than tactical operations, but it was adequate for the challenging conditions she would face. Chun departed the base through a secondary gate during the shift change that occurred as official search teams returned from their unsuccessful operations. Her unauthorized departure would eventually be discovered, but she hoped to locate Lieutenant Rivera before facing disciplinary consequences. The mountain terrain was immediately challenging as Chun navigated through areas that she knew from personal exploration but had never attempted in deteriorating weather conditions. Her knowledge of natural shelter locations and terrain features guided her toward areas that official search teams hadn't covered. "This is where I would go if I were injured and seeking shelter," she thought as she approached a series of natural caves and rock formations that provided protection from weather while remaining hidden from standard observation points. The search continued through the evening as Chun systematically checked locations that her terrain knowledge suggested as probable shelter sites. The weather conditions made navigation difficult, but her personal familiarity with the area enabled her to move efficiently despite darkness and precipitation. "Someone has been here recently," she observed at one shelter location, noting disturbed vegetation and signs of human presence that indicated recent passage through the area. The evidence suggested Lieutenant Rivera had indeed sought shelter in areas that official search operations hadn't covered. Chun continued following terrain features and shelter possibilities through the night, driven by determination to locate Lieutenant Rivera before exposure could prove fatal. Her unauthorized search was violating multiple regulations, but the potential to save a life justified accepting personal consequences. At approximately 0330 hours, Chun detected faint sounds that indicated human presence in a natural shelter formation that she had discovered during previous exploration. Her approach was careful to avoid startling an injured person who might react defensively to unexpected contact. "Lieutenant Rivera," she called softly as she approached the shelter entrance. "This is Specialist Chun from FOB Sentinel. I'm here to help." The response was weak but unmistakable. "Chun, how did you find me? I've been trying to signal for help since yesterday afternoon." Chun felt enormous relief as she located Lieutenant Rivera, who was conscious but obviously injured and suffering from exposure to cold weather conditions. Her unauthorized search had successfully located missing personnel when official operations had failed. "Sir, I'm going to assess your condition and prepare for evacuation," Chun said as she entered the shelter where Lieutenant Rivera had taken refuge. "What's your medical status?" "Possible ankle fracture, definite hypothermia, disoriented from head impact," Rivera reported, his voice reflecting pain and exhaustion from over 24 hours of exposure. "Can't walk independently, lost my radio in a fall yesterday." Chun assessed Rivera's condition while planning evacuation options that would work in current weather conditions. Her survival training included emergency medical techniques and evacuation procedures that would be essential for successful rescue. "Sir, I'm going to stabilize your injuries and prepare you for evacuation to base," Chun explained while implementing emergency medical procedures. "The weather is challenging, but I know routes that will get us back safely." "Chun, how did you know to look here?" Rivera asked as she worked on his injuries. "This location wasn't in any of our tactical maps or search areas." "Sir, I've explored this terrain extensively during off-duty time," Chun explained while constructing an improvised evacuation stretcher using materials from her survival kit. "I know shelter locations that aren't obvious from standard tactical approaches." The evacuation required over 4 hours as Chun navigated treacherous terrain while supporting an injured person through difficult weather conditions. Her physical conditioning and terrain knowledge enabled her to maintain steady progress despite challenging circumstances. Base perimeter ahead, Chun announced as they approached FOB Sentinel at approximately 0800 hours. Medical personnel should be available for immediate treatment. The arrival of Chun carrying Lieutenant Rivera created immediate attention throughout the base as personnel realized that an unauthorized search had succeeded where official operations had failed. Her violation of regulations had achieved results that tactical search teams couldn't accomplish. Medical emergency at main gate. Came the announcement over the base communication system. Missing personnel recovered and requires immediate medical attention. Captain Kim appeared at the medical facility as Chun delivered Lieutenant Rivera for treatment, his expression mixing relief at successful personnel recovery with obvious concern about unauthorized operations. Specialist Chun, explain how you accomplished personnel recovery that our official search operations missed. Captain Kim requested with the focused attention of a commander whose assumptions about search effectiveness had been challenged by unexpected results. Chun presented her search methodology while emphasizing her personal terrain knowledge and survival training. Sir, I used personal familiarity with shelter locations and terrain features that aren't detailed in standard tactical maps. My search focused on areas where an injured person might seek natural protection. Your unauthorized search achieved personnel recovery in under 12 hours, Captain Kim observed. Our official search operation covered planned areas comprehensively without locating any evidence of missing personnel. Sir, personal exploration of the area provided knowledge of shelter possibilities that standard tactical approaches might not identify, Chen explained. Natural shelter locations require understanding of local geography and survival principles. The debrief continued for over an hour as command personnel examined Chen's search methods and compared them to conventional tactical planning approaches. Her success had demonstrated capabilities that institutional structures had failed to recognize or utilize effectively. Chun, your initiative probably saved Lieutenant Rivera's life, Captain Kim concluded. But your unauthorized search violated multiple regulations and safety procedures in ways that require immediate institutional review. Chun felt both pride in successful personnel recovery and apprehension about potential consequences for violating established procedures and security limitations. Sir, I understand that my search methods were unauthorized, but time-critical personnel recovery seemed to require immediate action rather than extended procedural coordination. I'm not criticizing your initiative, Captain Kim clarified. I'm questioning institutional procedures that prevented effective search coordination by excluding relevant expertise and terrain knowledge. The comment reflected institutional recognition that Chen's security limitations had created barriers to effective mission accomplishment. Her success was challenging assumptions about administrative personnel and operational participation. Over the following days, Chen found herself increasingly involved in search and rescue planning as command leadership recognized that her terrain knowledge and survival expertise provided capabilities that conventional tactical approaches had overlooked. Her unauthorized search had demonstrated expertise that extended beyond traditional administrative responsibilities. Chun, I want to discuss your role in operational activities, Captain Kim said during a private meeting in his office. Your search and rescue success demonstrated capabilities that we've been underutilizing through conventional security and training limitations. Chen considered the captain's observation carefully. Sir, extensive terrain exploration and survival training provide perspective on natural shelter and navigation that can enhance search effectiveness when properly integrated with tactical planning. I'm recommending you for advanced search and rescue training and expanded security clearance. Your demonstrated capabilities are too valuable to limit to administrative duties alone. The recommendation represented both recognition of her demonstrated capabilities and opportunity for expanded operational responsibilities, but Chen felt committed to ensuring that administrative personnel throughout the military received recognition for their potential operational contributions. Sir, I appreciate the opportunity, but I'd like to request assignment to develop enhanced training programs that integrate administrative personnel capabilities with search and rescue operations. The terrain knowledge that proved valuable during personnel recovery could benefit other specialists facing similar operational challenges. Captain Kim smiled at Chen's response. That's exactly the kind of thinking that makes you valuable, Chen. You understand that individual success should contribute to broader institutional capability rather than just personal advancement. The solution involved Chen accepting expanded responsibilities that combined operational duties with development of enhanced administrative personnel training programs. Her search and rescue breakthrough became the foundation for improved integration of administrative specialists with tactical operations throughout the military. The fundamental principle, Chen explained to new administrative personnel during training sessions, is that effective administrative support requires understanding how specialized knowledge contributes to operational success rather than just maintaining routine administrative functions. Her training emphasized the tactical awareness and coordination capabilities that had made her search efforts so effective. Students learned to integrate specialized knowledge with tactical planning, coordinate with operational elements, and provide administrative intelligence that could enhance mission effectiveness. Remember, she continued during training sessions, your mission extends beyond maintaining administrative functions to providing specialized knowledge that enables operational success. Understanding tactical requirements makes you a more effective administrative specialist. The program Chen developed became a model for administrative personnel training throughout the military. Her methods combined traditional administrative education with operational training that enabled administrative specialists to contribute tactical intelligence and coordination capabilities during complex missions. Several months later, as Chen prepared for assignment to Advanced Search and Rescue School while maintaining her administrative training responsibilities, she reflected on how dramatically her understanding of military service had evolved. The specialist who had been excluded from search operations had become a recognized expert whose methods were influencing how the military approached administrative personnel integration with tactical operations. Major Wells observed during one of their regular coordination meetings, you've demonstrated that administrative personnel can provide operational capabilities that significantly enhance mission effectiveness when properly integrated with tactical planning. Chen nodded, understanding that her experience represented broader principles about specialized knowledge and tactical integration. Ma'am, I think the key is recognizing that specialized knowledge can provide tactical advantages when administrative specialists understand how their expertise contributes to operational success. The transformation of search and rescue procedures at FOB Sentinel became a model studied throughout military administrative specialist organizations worldwide. Chen's innovations in tactical coordination and specialized knowledge integration were incorporated into standard training programs at installations facing similar operational challenges across multiple theaters. What began as one specialist's unauthorized initiative during a rescue crisis has evolved into a systematic approach to enhancing administrative personnel effectiveness, observed Brigadier General Patricia Foster during a comprehensive review of administrative specialist training programs 8 months after Chen's breakthrough. Specialist Chen's methods have fundamentally changed how we approach administrative personnel integration with operational activities. The institutional impact of Chen's innovations extended far beyond FOB Sentinel. Military administrative specialist schools incorporated her coordination methods into curricula for future personnel, emphasizing the importance of tactical understanding and operational integration in achieving administrative effectiveness that could enhance mission success. Captain Kim, who had witnessed Chen's transformation from excluded specialist to operational coordinator, reflected on the broader implications during a staff meeting with senior leadership. The lesson extends beyond improved administrative procedures. It demonstrates the critical importance of integrating specialized knowledge with tactical planning rather than treating them as separate functions. The institutional changes that followed Chen's success represented a fundamental shift in how military organizations approached administrative specialist training and tactical integration. Traditional military administrative education emphasized routine support functions and administrative procedures, but Chen's example demonstrated the operational value of tactical training and coordination capabilities for administrative specialists. We almost missed recognizing her operational potential because we focused on security limitations rather than capability development possibilities, Captain Kim acknowledged during discussions about administrative specialist development. Specialist Chin's coordination capabilities were always present. We just needed to provide tactical training and operational opportunities for them to contribute to mission success. The conversation reflected growing institutional awareness that military operational effectiveness depended on recognizing tactical potential among administrative specialists, not just traditional operational personnel. Chin's success challenged assumptions about which military specialties could contribute tactical coordination and operational intelligence during complex missions. Meanwhile, at the U.S. Army Administrative Specialist School, Chin found herself at the center of curriculum development that would influence administrative personnel training for years to come. Her practical experience in tactical coordination and specialized knowledge integration provided real-world validation for theoretical concepts that students struggled to understand without operational context. The difference between traditional administrative competence and tactical integration effectiveness, she explained to a class of advanced students, is understanding how specialized knowledge supports operational requirements rather than just maintaining administrative procedures. Her teaching methodology emphasized practical tactical application over purely administrative education, using case studies from her search and rescue experience to illustrate principles of tactical planning, operational coordination, and specialized knowledge integration. Students learn not just administrative procedures, but tactical thinking that could enhance their contribution to operational success. Administrative support is fundamentally about providing capabilities that enhance operational effectiveness rather than just processing routine administrative functions. Chin continued during one particularly intensive training session. Specialized knowledge provides tactical advantages, but operational training determines how effectively you can contribute to complex mission success. The distinction between traditional administrative competence and tactical integration effectiveness became a central theme in the curriculum Chun helped develop. Students learned that effective administrative support required not just administrative expertise, but tactical capabilities that could contribute operational intelligence and enhance mission effectiveness during complex operations. Captain Jennifer Martinez, who supervised Chin's tactical teaching assignments, noted the exceptional quality of her integration instruction and its significant impact on student operational performance. Specialist Chin's students consistently demonstrate superior tactical awareness compared to previous administrative classes. She's teaching them to think tactically while maintaining administrative expertise. The documented success of Chin's integration teaching methods attracted attention from military education specialists who were developing training programs for other support roles. Her emphasis on tactical integration provided a model that could be adapted for various military specialties requiring both technical expertise and tactical awareness. The tactical integration principle applies beyond administrative specialties, observed Major David Rodriguez, who led specialist development programs for the entire administrative school. Any military specialty can benefit from the kind of tactical integration that Specialist Chin demonstrated during her search and rescue coordination. The discussion reflected broader institutional interest in developing military specialists who could contribute tactically regardless of their primary specialty focus. Chin's example suggested that such tactical capabilities could be developed through proper training that integrated tactical education with specialist instruction. 10 months into her assignment at Administrative Specialist School, Chin received news that would test her growing expertise in entirely new operational circumstances. The Department of Defense was establishing a specialized administrative support unit focused on tactical integration in complex operational environments, and her name had been recommended for a leadership position. This assignment would involve developing tactical integration capabilities for administrative specialists supporting special operations forces operating in contested areas, explained Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Davidson during Chin's comprehensive briefing about the opportunity. You'd be working with our most challenging integration requirements and most complex tactical coordination challenges. Chin considered the implications carefully. The assignment represented both recognition of her specialized expertise and an opportunity to apply her integration methods in the most demanding operational circumstances possible. But it also meant leaving the teaching position where she was training the next generation of tactically integrated administrative specialists. Ma'am, I'm honored by the opportunity, but I want to ensure my current training responsibilities are properly transitioned. The integration programs we've developed are just beginning to demonstrate their potential impact on administrative specialist effectiveness. Lieutenant Colonel Davidson smiled at Chen's response. That's exactly the kind of thinking that makes you valuable for this assignment. You understand that individual tactical success should contribute to broader institutional integration capability rather than just personal career advancement. The detailed conversation continued as Davidson explained the comprehensive scope and operational requirements of the specialized position. The advanced unit would work with administrative challenges and tactical coordination requirements that push the boundaries of current specialist capabilities, requiring exactly the kind of innovative integration thinking that Chun had demonstrated throughout her career. Your experience with tactical administrative coordination and your ability to train others in integration thinking make you an ideal candidate for specialist leadership, Davidson explained. We need someone who can bridge the gap between administrative expertise and tactical operational effectiveness. Chun accepted the challenging assignment with the understanding that she would complete her current teaching commitments while beginning comprehensive preparation for the specialized unit. The transition period would allow her to ensure continuity in the integration training programs while developing the advanced expertise required for her expanded tactical responsibilities. The announcement of Chin's selection for the specialized tactical unit created significant interest throughout the administrative specialist community. Her rapid progression from excluded specialist to advanced tactical assignments represented a new model for specialist career development that emphasized tactical integration over traditional administrative advancement criteria. Specialist Chin's career trajectory demonstrates that tactical excellence can emerge from any administrative specialty if properly recognized and developed, observed Colonel Robert Kim during discussions about specialist talent identification. Her success challenges us to look for tactical potential in administrative specialties we might not have considered for operational integration applications. The conversation reflected growing institutional awareness that traditional specialist career management might miss valuable tactical capabilities that could develop in administrative specialties. Chin's example suggested the need for more flexible approaches to identifying and developing military tactical talent across all specialist roles. As Chun prepared for her transition to the specialized tactical unit, she reflected thoughtfully on the remarkable journey that had brought her from excluded administrative specialist to the forefront of military tactical integration innovation. The coordination skills she had developed through dedicated administrative training and tactical awareness had opened professional opportunities she could never have imagined when she was first denied security clearance for field operations. The key insight, she wrote in her comprehensive final report from Administrative Specialist School, is that military effectiveness depends on specialists who understand how their administrative expertise contributes to tactical success. Excellence emerges when people care enough about mission accomplishment to develop tactical capabilities beyond their basic specialist requirements. Her profound words would be quoted extensively in military specialist development programs for years to come, serving as inspiration for administrative personnel who might be tempted to view their assignments as purely administrative support rather than potential tactical contributions to operational mission success. The specialized tactical unit that Chun joined represented the cutting edge of military administrative integration capability, combining advanced tactical methods with innovative administrative frameworks to address the most challenging coordination requirements. Her assignment involved developing integration concepts that would influence how special operations forces approached administrative support in hostile environments. Your background in tactical administrative coordination provides exactly the kind of operational foundation we need, explained Colonel Patricia Wells, who commanded the specialized unit. Too often, administrative integration gets developed without sufficient understanding of how it will be used in actual tactical operations. Chin's first assignment involved evaluating administrative integration frameworks that promised revolutionary improvements in tactical coordination capability. Her responsibility was determining whether theoretical advantages would translate into practical operational benefits that could enhance mission effectiveness. The integration methods are sophisticated, she reported after comprehensive evaluation, but they require specialists who understand both administrative requirements and tactical coordination. The most advanced administrative techniques are only as effective as the tactical understanding applied to their implementation. Her assessment led to modifications in both the integration methods and the training programs for specialists. The specialized unit learned that administrative advancement required corresponding development in tactical capabilities to achieve maximum operational effectiveness. Specialist Chin's evaluation process has become our standard methodology, Colonel Wells observed during a progress review. She understands that administrative effectiveness results from optimizing the interaction between specialist expertise and tactical coordination capabilities. The success of Chin's approach to integration evaluation attracted attention from research and development organizations throughout the military. Her methods for assessing tactical effectiveness provided a model that could be applied to various administrative systems under development across multiple operational domains. Months later, as the specialized unit prepared for its first operational deployment, Chin found herself training teams that would use the integration methods and coordination frameworks she had helped develop. The circular nature of her career, from excluded specialist to tactical coordinator to teacher to developer to trainer, reflected the interconnected nature of military administrative development. Remember, she told the teams during their final training exercise, the most sophisticated administrative integration methods cannot replace tactical thinking and operational awareness. Your administrative expertise provides capabilities, but your tactical judgment determines how effectively those capabilities serve the mission. The deployment would test both the advanced integration systems and the training methods that Chun had developed. Success would validate her approach to combining administrative expertise with tactical coordination, while failure would require fundamental reassessment of the unit's capabilities. This is the ultimate test, Colonel Wells observed as the teams prepared for deployment. We'll discover whether our combination of advanced administrative methods and enhanced tactical training produces the operational advantages we've been seeking. The deployment results exceeded all expectations. The teams successfully navigated administrative challenges and coordinated tactical operations that would have been impossible to address using traditional methods. Their success validated both the integration development process and the training methodology that Chun had created. The deployment demonstrated that administrative advancement and tactical development must proceed together. Chun wrote in her comprehensive after-action report, "Neither alone produces maximum effectiveness, but together they create integration capabilities that surpass what either could achieve independently." Her conclusions influenced military administrative development programs for years to come, establishing principles that guided the integration of administrative expertise with tactical coordination across multiple domains of military operations. The success of the specialized unit's operational deployment created unprecedented demand for similar integration capabilities throughout the military administrative specialist community. Shin found herself at the center of expansion efforts that would scale her methods across multiple theaters of operation and various types of complex administrative missions. What we've accomplished here needs to be replicated wherever our forces operate in complex operational environments, observed General Foster during a comprehensive briefing about the unit's remarkable success. Specialist Chin's approach to combining administrative expertise with tactical coordination provides a model that could revolutionize our administrative specialist capabilities across all operational domains. The expansion process required Chun to develop training programs and integration procedures that could be implemented by personnel who lacked her specific background and experience in tactical administrative coordination. The challenge was maintaining the effectiveness of her methods while making them accessible to specialists with different administrative backgrounds and tactical training. The fundamental integration principles can be systematically taught, she explained during intensive planning sessions for the expansion program. But success requires comprehensive institutional commitment to developing tactical thinking and administrative expertise at all levels of specialist service. Her observation reflected the broader challenge of implementing innovative integration approaches within traditional military structures that often prioritized either administrative expertise or tactical competence separately. Individual integration excellence could demonstrate new possibilities, but institutional change required systematic modification of training curricula, evaluation procedures, and career advancement criteria. Colonel Wells, who had observed Chin's remarkable development from specialist unit member to integration program developer and institutional change agent, noted the significant evolution in her understanding of organizational transformation. Specialist Chun has learned that individual integration success is just the beginning of meaningful change. Creating lasting institutional impact requires fundamentally changing how military organizations think about administrative specialist development and tactical integration. The conversation took place during comprehensive preparation for Chin's next assignment, leading the development of advanced administrative integration training programs that would be implemented throughout the entire military specialist community. Her progression from excluded administrative specialist to institutional change agent represented a transformation that challenged traditional assumptions about specialist career development and tactical recognition. Your unique experience provides invaluable perspective on how integration excellence develops and how it can be systematically institutionalized, Colonel Wells continued. You've experienced both the individual challenges of tactical coordination and the institutional barriers to administrative integration innovation. Chin's expanded assignment involved extensive collaboration with senior military educators, policymakers, and operational commanders to develop comprehensive training programs that would enhance tactical thinking and administrative integration throughout the specialist community. Her responsibility was ensuring that the lessons learned from her own experience could benefit thousands of current and future military administrative specialists. The ultimate goal isn't just producing better administrative integration, she explained during initial planning meetings with senior leadership. The goal is developing military specialists who approach every administrative assignment with the kind of tactical awareness and coordination capabilities that can transform routine specialist duties into critical operational advantages. Her vision reflected deep understanding that military effectiveness depended not just on advanced administrative methods or sophisticated coordination procedures, but on individuals who cared deeply about tactical success and consistently sought integration solutions regardless of institutional pressure or career considerations. During this period of institutional recognition and expanded responsibilities, Chin received unexpected news that would provide the ultimate validation of her journey from denied clearance to tactical integration leadership. The Medal of Honor recipient who had been saved through her unauthorized search and rescue operation, now Captain Marcus Rivera, had specifically requested her presence at a ceremony recognizing exceptional service by administrative specialists. Specialist Chin's unauthorized search saved my life when official operations had failed, Captain Rivera explained during his testimony to the Medal of Honor Society. Her tactical integration capabilities and refusal to accept institutional limitations represented the highest traditions of military service. She embodies the principle that excellence can emerge from any assignment when individuals care more about mission accomplishment than personal recognition. The testimony from a Medal of Honor recipient provided unprecedented recognition for Chin's contributions and validated her approach to transcending institutional barriers in service of mission effectiveness. Captain Rivera's words carried weight that transformed perceptions throughout the military administrative community. What Specialist Chin accomplished demonstrates that administrative excellence combined with tactical thinking can produce extraordinary results, Captain Rivera continued. Her integration methods should be studied and emulated throughout the military, because they represent the future of effective specialist service. The recognition from such a prestigious source created immediate institutional attention and validated Chin's career progression from excluded specialist to tactical integration leader. Her methods were now endorsed by the highest levels of military recognition. As Sergeant Sarah Chun stood before the assembled military leadership, receiving recognition for her transformative contributions to administrative integration and tactical coordination, she reflected on the extraordinary journey that had begun with security clearance denial and exclusion from field operations. What you've accomplished, General Foster said during the formal ceremony, demonstrates that tactical excellence can emerge from any administrative specialty when individuals understand how their expertise contributes to operational mission success. You've shown that administrative knowledge combined with tactical thinking can transform excluded specialists into critical operational assets. Chen's response captured the essence of her experience and the lessons it provided for military administrative service. General, my success resulted from opportunities to serve operationally and institutional support for combining administrative expertise with tactical coordination requirements. Administrative excellence matters, but it reaches its full potential when combined with tactical training and operational mission focus. Her inspiring story would continue to influence future generations of military administrative specialists, demonstrating that every administrative assignment offered opportunities for tactical contribution and operational impact. The administrative section where her journey began remained a powerful symbol of the potential that existed in every military administrative specialty for those who understood how their integration capabilities could contribute to tactical mission success. Sergeant Sarah Chun had conclusively proved that administrative expertise combined with tactical coordination could transform any military specialty into critical operational capability. Her enduring legacy would live on in the advanced integration training programs she developed, the administrative specialists she inspired, and the fundamental understanding that military effectiveness depended on individuals who approached every administrative responsibility with tactical awareness and unwavering commitment to operational mission accomplishment.